The Iranian peoples or Iranic peoples are a diverse Indo-European ethno-linguistic group that comprise the speakers of Iranian languages. Proto-Iranians are believed to have emerged as a separate branch of the Indo-Iranians in Central Asia in the mid-2nd millennium BC. At their peak of expansion in the mid-1st millennium BC, the territory of the Iranian peoples stretched across the Iranian plateau and the entire Eurasian steppe from the Great Hungarian Plain in the west, to the Ordos Plateau in the east. The Western Iranian Persian empires came to dominate much of the ancient world at this time, leaving an important cultural legacy, while the Eastern Iranian nomads of the steppe played a decisive role in the development of Eurasian nomadism and the Silk Route. Ancient Iranian peoples include the Alans, Bactrians, Dahab, Masajte, Medes, Khwarezmians, Parthians, Saka, Sarmatians, Scythians, Sogdians and other peoples of Central Asia, the Caucasus, Eastern Europe, and the Iranian plateau. There is controversy surrounding whether Azerbaijanis are Iranian people or not. In the 1st millennium AD, their area of settlement was reduced as a result of Slavic, Germanic, Turkic and Mongol expansions and many being subjected to Slavicization and Turkification. The Iranian peoples include Baluch, Kurds, Gilaksh, Lurs, Mazandaranis, Ossetians, Pashtuns, Pamiris, Persians, Tajiks, Talish people, Wakers and Yagnobus. Their current distribution spreads across the Iranian plateau, and stretches from the Caucasus in the north to the Persian Gulf in the south, and from Xinjiang in the east to eastern Turkey in the west, a region that is sometimes called the Iranian Cultural Continent, or Greater Iran by some scholars, and represents the extent of the Iranian languages and significant influence of the Iranian peoples. Through the geopolitical reach of the Greater Iran name, the term Iranian is derived from the Old Iranian ethnical adjective Aryana, which is itself a cognate of the Sanskrit word Arya. The name Iran is from Aryanam, lit. Of the Aryans. The Old Proto-Indo-Iranian term Arya, Pathema meaning hospitable, is believed to have been one of the self-referential terms used by the Aryans, at least in the areas populated by Aryans who migrated south from Central Asia. Another meaning for Aryan is noble. In the late part of the Avestar, one of their homelands was referred to as Aryanim Vaja. The homeland varied in its geographic range. The area around Herat and even the entire expanse of the Iranian plateau. The academic usage of the term Iranian is distinct from the state of Iran and its various citizens in the same way that Germanic peoples is distinct from Germans. Many citizens of Iran are not necessarily Iranian peoples by virtue of not being speakers of Iranian languages, unlike the various terms connected with the Aryan Ayu in Old Indian. The Old Iranian term has solely an ethnic meaning and there can be no doubt about the ethnic value of Old Iran. Arya. The name Arya lives in the ethnic names like Alan, New Persian, Iran, Ossetian, Ayar and Ayan. The name Iran has been in usage since Sassanid times. The Avestar clearly uses Arya as an ethnic name, where it appears in expressions such as Aryafi, Dane Hava, Iranian lands, peoples, Aryo.Cyanum, land inhabited by Iranians, and Aryanim Vajavanhu Yafi, Datayafi, Iranian stretch of the Gudatia, the river Oxus. The modern Amudaya. The term Arya appears in the Royal Old Persian inscriptions in three different contexts. 1. As the name of the language of the Old Persian version of the inscription of Darius the Great in Behistun. 2. As the ethnic background of Darius in inscriptions at Nakshi Rostam and Susa and Xerxes in the inscription from Persepolis. And 3. As the definition of the god of Iranian peoples, Ahura Mazda, in the Elamite version of the Behistun inscription. For example, in the DNA and DSE, Darius and Xerxes describe themselves as an Achaemenian, a Persian son of a Persian and an Aryan, of Aryan stock. Although Darius the Great called his language the Iranian language, modern scholars refer to it as Old Persian because it is the ancestor of modern Persian language. The Old Persian and Avestan evidence is confirmed by the Greek sources. Herodotus in his histories remarks about the Iranian Medes that these Medes were called anciently by all people Aryans. In Armenian sources, the Parthians, Medes and Persians are collectively referred to as Iranians. Eudemus of Rhodes Apud Damascius refers to the Magi and all those of Iranian lineage. Diodorus Siculus considers Zoroaster as one of the Arianoi. Strabo, in his Geography, mentions the unity of Medes, Persians, Bactrians and Sogdians. The name of Ariana is further extended to a part of Persia and of Media, as also to the Bactrians and Sogdians on the north, for these speak approximately the same language, with but slight variations. Geography 15.8 The trilingual inscription erected by Shapur's command gives a more clear description. The languages used are Parthian, Middle Persian and Greek. In Greek, the inscription says, Ego, to Arianan ethnos despots Imi, of the Aryans, which translates to, I am the king of the Iranian people. In the Middle Persian, Shapur states, Irans Rx Wadehem, and in Parthian he states, Aryans Rx Wadehum. The Bactrian language inscription of Kanishka, the founder of the Kushan Empire at Rabatak, which was discovered in 1993 in an unexcavated site in the Afghanistan province of Baghlan, clearly refers to this Eastern Iranian language as Arya. In the post-Islamic era, one can still see a clear usage of the term Iran in the work of the 10th century historian Hamza Isfahani. In his book The History of Prophets and Kings writes, Aryan, which is also called Pars, is in the middle of these countries, and these 6 countries surround it because the southeast is in the Hans, China, the north of the Turks, the middle south is India, the middle north is Rome, and the southwest and the northwest is the Sudan and Berber lands. All this evidence shows that the name Arya, Iranian, was a collective definition, denoting peoples who were aware of belonging to the one ethnic stock, speaking a common language, and having a religious tradition that centered on the cult of Ahura Mazda.